This is the heart of a Jolada Rotti Oota. The roti in itself. One of the healthiest breads that you can have.
Yes.
Well, the good thing about a Jolada Rotti Oota is the fact that you've got also these greens that come along and you've got plenty of protein in that zunka. And now some of the condiments. The shenga, the gurelu, the ranjaka. Idu ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕಿ ನನಗೆ. I love that ranjaka. Green chili chutney. The soppu palya there. Hesru kalu. The moong bean. And some masuru bajji. Kosambri. Girmit Mandakki. The mirchi. And the holige. Bisi holige. With some tuppa. And I want to make sure that I get the tuppa to embrace the other half of the holige as well. Life nalli solpa balance irubekalla. Namaskara folks, this is Kripal Amanna, Gourmet on the Road, and you're watching Food Lovers TV. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying strong and safe. So this morning, actually this afternoon rather, it's about 12:50 in the afternoon, and I felt like a good Jolada Rotti Oota, a good Jowar Bhakri meal. And it's been a while since I've tasted one of those on the show. A few weeks ago, I was here in Whitefield to inaugurate the Kamat restaurant in this area. And at that point in time, I did taste the Jolada Rotti Oota, but there were so many people around that I couldn't really enjoy it as much as I would have wanted to. So this afternoon, we've returned to Whitefield to savor the joys of a good Jowar Bhakri meal. Each time I return to Whitefield, I'm always amazed at the transformation that has happened here. I remember visiting this place about 25 years ago, and back then it was only fields all around, but today I guess it's got everything that you need to live in this neighborhood, including a good Jolada Rotti Oota now. Namaskara.
Namaskara, sir. Namaste, sir.
How are you folks doing?
Good, good. Welcome to Kamat Restaurant, Whitefield. Yet again.
Yet again.
Yes.
It's always nice to be back.
Welcome, sir.
Well, I'm with Narayan and Akashrai Kamat, the brothers who represent the third generation of the Kamat Yatrinivas group. And in fact, it was their father, Mr. Anandrai Kamat, who first introduced Bengaluru to the joys of a Jolada Rotti Oota on a bale ele way back in the 90s.
Yes, early 90s.
Early 90s, 1993.
Yes.
And that was Kamat Yatrinivas,
Yes,
right?
in Gandhinagar.
In Gandhinagar. So for many of us, especially when I came to Bengaluru back then, a Jolada Rotti Oota meant Kamat Yatrinivas in Gandhinagar.
Gandhinagar, yes,
right?
Majestic. So in the year 1991, my father created an offshoot from the Kamat hotels, that is Kamat Yatrinivas, premium vegetarian residential hotel with multiple restaurant options in one building. Around 93, he introduced Jowar Roti meals. So that started with the story actually. Hubli being his hometown, there was regular commute between Hubli and Bangalore in Rani Chennamma Express.
Back then it was only the train.
Yes. And in one of the journeys, his co-passenger was popular North Karnataka politician leader, H.K. Patil, who grumblingly complained to him that North Karnataka meals Jowar Roti, Jolada Roti sigodilla, in Bangalore.
Bengaluru Jolada Rotti Oota sikkalla.
Yes. And Kamatre, you have to do something about it. You are from our hometown, our region. Why don't you introduce it? And that, idea stuck on. And he introduced the Jowar Roti meals in a plantain leaf format. It was a big hit back with our patrons.
And like they say, the rest is history.
Yes.
Oh, Junka.
Yes.
There's some nice Junka here. Of course, no Uttara Karnataka Oota is complete without the condiments. We have the gurelu chutney and also the shenga chutney. Idu nimdu
Ranjaka. Kem chutney.
So Ranjaka li chili irate.
There's chili in that, and there's
jaggery,
and there's
Hulse
tamarind.
handu.
Yes, tamarind.
So it's a chutney that is sweet, sour, and spicy at the same time.
Yes.
Idenu?
Our signature pickle, green chili pickle.
Oh, green chili pickle.
Yes, yes.
Isn't that taste ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ last time?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. I think what happens with the Jolada Rotti Oota is there's so many things that you find on the bale ele. How many items are there usually?
About 20 dishes.
20 dishes that you tend to migrate towards a few and some are left on the periphery.
Yes.
Wonderful. There's some holige happening here. And I think holige is the first thing that you serve.
Yes, yes. So the meal starts with the holige dessert for our special meals.
So even as you enter, you watch them tatta idare holige. Moistens your mouth already.
So a good meal, you start with a sweet dish.
So idu urnalli ಏನು ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ?
ತೊಗರಿ ಬೇಳೆ,
ಬೆಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಯಿ ಇದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ. This is the heart of a Jolada Rotti Oota, the roti in itself. And this is basically one of the healthiest breads that you can have.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
It's gluten free.
It is a carbohydrate, but it's rich in minerals and very nutritious.
So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು first jiggy ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ?
Yes, yes.
So jiggy ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ jowar.
Yes, we cook that flour first. The dough is kneaded with slight amount of
Flour.
Flour.
The jiggy would be most of it.
Yes, most of it.
So typically jowar doesn't have gluten. So therefore they cook the jowar with the water and that then gives it that stickiness.
Yes.
And later on when they make the dough, they also add a bit of the jowar flour and that then is patted down to make that roti. Like I said earlier, there's no oil that goes into its making. It's just the water.
Just cleaning that dust out. Stick leaves from karbev soap.
Curry leaf idu.
Curry leaf, yes.
Oh, I've never seen that. I've relished many a Jolada Rotti Oota, but I've never seen this curry leaf stalks being used to clean the tawa. Oh, parimala kura barta ide. I can smell the curry leaf too.
So the residual flour, as it toast, turns dark, black. And that can stick on to the next roti. That will affect the look of the roti. Also can affect the cooking.
When we are doing the eating out there, we just eat. We don't do the thinking that Tulsi Bai out here does to make sure that we get that nice toasted Jolada Rotti. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, that busy roti. I love that parimala of that roasted jowar. Busy ಇದೆ ಮುಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. So what do you look for in a good roti?
Good taste.
Good taste. Very important. Nice and soft. A bit toasty around the edges. You can actually imagine tearing into one of those and scooping up some yengai or perhaps some madke kaadu in the folds of that soft toasted roti. So these are the accompaniments for the day.
Yes.
Madki kaadu, of course.
Yes. This is matki kaadu usli.
Usli.
And there is badnekai engai, sprouted moong kaadu palya, dantu and sabaske mix.
The dill.
Yes. Sopu palya, nugekai sambar.
And rasam. Fantastic. So tell me, these are dishes also that you have over a period of time also tweaked for the Bengaluru palate.
Yeah, slightly.
North Karnataka people like things very spicy.
Spicy, yes.
But out here in Bengaluru, I think we have a slightly
mellower palate so that it suits people from different backgrounds.
The curries, the preparations look nice and bright, which is always a good sign. I'm already eyeing that madki kaadu, one of my favorite things to eat, tucked safely in the folds of a busy Jowar roti. So that's a combination.
Yes, Girmit
Girmit
with bajji.
with the bajji. And that is the important ogurne.
Yes.
The onions,
Yes.
chilies,
Jeera tadka
curry leaf.
and curry leaf.
Curry leaf is a big part of the flavoring, right?
Yes, yes.
And what oil do you use to?
Sir, this we are using groundnut oil. Yes.
So a girmit, for those not in the know, is almost like a bhel, but which has been moistened with that special seasoning, which is led by the onions, the chilies, the curry leaves, and a few other things. And that's the gram flour. Is that roasted?
Yes, sir.
Some coriander. I like the manner in which that mandakki has transformed from being pure white to now being stained yellow by that ogurne. Nice and crunchy, and you also are tasting the slightly grainy texture of the gram flour.
Yes.
I think what the gram flour also does is that it latches onto the ogurne and helps coat every grain of that puffed rice with the flavor of the ogurne. I think that's the function of the gram flour in this.
Yes.
Very nice.
With sir, earlier 90s when my father introduced the Jowar Roti meals, he brought one snack element to the meal, that is the mirchi bhaji.
Oh,
And now 2025,
you bought another
we have
snack.
got one more snack element to the meal with Girmit.
This is so nice.
So there's a sense of fulfillment that we have made some value addition to the meal
Wonderful.
as the next generations.
Should I try this chili? Will it be very spicy?
Not much, sir.
Yeah, I'm taking their word for it. Oh, initially it starts out as fleshy, but now I think I definitely need to taste some of that mandakki. It's very nice. So North Karnataka take on the bhel that you see everywhere. Definitely try this. Girmit Mandakki.
Mandakki.
I also like the crunch of the onions that you bite on every once in a while, and the peanuts, and then the freshness that comes from the coriander. Also, the saves brings in a nice brittle crunch.
Yes.
Oh, there's more roti happening here.
Yes.
So the roti is the backbone of your operation.
Yes.
Huh?
Rotis are prepared fresh,
Huh.
hot, and served right on the plantain leaf. So it's always running.
Wonderful. So how many rotis do people eat on an average?
Maybe around 3 to 4
3 to 4 rotis per meal.
per meal. And some come with good appetite. We are happy.
Even I would do the same thing. If you know you're going for a Jolada Rotti Oota,
Yes.
I would definitely skip breakfast and perhaps also have a very light dinner
Yes.
the evening prior.
Yes. And make justice to that meal.
Make justice to the meal. Namaskara. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರೇನು? Mr. Somlingappa.
Yes. Somalingappa is our senior most cook. He's in fact been there from inception.
93 ಇಂದ
Yes.
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ದು 43 ವರ್ಷ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 63 ವರ್ಷ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಸೊ ಐ ಗೆಸ್ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೆಸಿಪೀಸ್ that came in initially, the dishes, I guess people like these
Yes.
are the thread of continuity.
Yes. And they are training youngsters. And you see all the 7-8 outlets which we are serving Jowar Roti right now across the state. Most of them are trained under him or other contemporaries who have worked with us.
Wonderful. I like the manner in which Mr. Somalingappa is going about his business. It's quite apparent that he knows exactly what he is doing, and that's the air of mastery with which he's even coating that mirchi with the batter
Yes.
and then gently frying it. ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸಿ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ ಕಳಿಸುವಾಗ ಓಂ ಕಾಳ ಸಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಮ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ as well
ಗರಿ ಗರಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಹಾಕ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಾರ್ದು
ಗರಿ ಗರಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಾರ್ದು
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು.
Akki takbeku. So you can add some rice flour if you want a bit more crunch. There's so much that you can learn from culinary practitioners like Mr. Somling Gowda.
Yes.
So he must be a treasure
Yes, definitely.
for you folks.
Yes.
And I guess he's worked with your father
Yes.
and he's now working with you. So
Yes.
he's like a bridge
Yes.
between generations,
Yes.
right?
Most of the employees who work with us have been working for decades. So one hot.
I'm not going to refuse. It's hot, but even in those few seconds, few moments that you hold it, you know that it is a bhaji which has a bit of crunch to it. Hot. I like the manner in which that batter has perfectly encased that mirchi. Its function out there is to just cocoon that mirchi into its folds, and that's what it does. So you just taste the bite of the batter for a moment and then you're biting into that mirchi. And then somewhere in there, you're also getting the flavor of the oma, of the
Yes.
ajwain.
Yes.
Wonderful. I guess the ajwain also acts as a bit of a...
So the gas element in that flour.
I was looking for a better
Yes.
way to put that, but
Yes.
that's right.
Yeah, in plain words,
Ah.
it works upon that, that you don't bloat up, by eating,
Very good. Very good. Try it. Well, after that extensive kitchen tour, I must say I built up quite an appetite, notwithstanding the fact that I also did a bit of tasting along the way. But this is interesting out here. On the placemat, you have a depiction of the banana leaf and what that banana leaf will now contain in a few minutes. So I guess if you're also new to the cuisine, this is a great way of knowing what to get and familiarizing yourself with the dishes even before they arrive on the table. Well, and now the banana leaf has come. Reno? Pallavi, thank you very much. So out here, I think also there are quite a few ladies who work in this enterprise, be it in the kitchen and also in service. I think it's always nice when you look over your shoulder and you see out there the lady beating your roti or making the holige, etc. Nothing like making contact with the banana leaf even before your food finds its way to the table. Ah, there's a nice curry leaf floating in that majjige. Well, the good thing about Jolada Rotti Oota is the fact that you've got also these greens that come along and you got plenty of protein in that zunka. And now some of the condiments. The shenga, the gurelu, the ranjaka. Idu salpa jasti haki nange. I love that ranjaka. Green chili chutney. The soppu palya there. Esru kalu. The moong bean. And some masuru bajji. Kosambri. This we've already tasted there. Girmit Mandakki. The mirchi. And the holige. Bisi holige. With some tuppa. Let's make a beginning with that holige. I love the manner in which Pallavi has been rather thoughtful in giving me a double serving of the tuppa. And I want to make sure that I get the tuppa to embrace the other half of the holige as well. Life nalli solpa balance irubekalla. So out here in the bele, they use the togri bele, I am told, and not the chana dal, because togri bele is a little less gassy than chana dal. That soft crunch of the holige and the sweetness of the urna within. And I must say it's not very sweet. I'm not a big fan of holiges that are too sweet. I like the toasty bits there. And I'm told the flour for this is a combination of the chiroti, of the semolina and also the maida. I think in a 60-40 ratio. Very restrained in its sweetness. Around the edges, crisper than the center. the Girmit Mandakki. We had a taste of that in the kitchen, but nothing like holding it with your fingers. I like the texture that the roasted gram flour brings to that mandakki. And even in terms of the crunch, you've got the airy, puffy crunch of the mandakki, then that bite of the peanut, the crunch of the save too, somewhere in there. I'm also tasting now a bit of the spice that's coming in from the oggarne, the green chilies, and also a veil of the curry leaf. And now for some of that mirchi. This mirchi is not as hot as the one I tried inside, temperature wise. That ratio of the mirchi to that batter is just perfect. The star of the Oota, the yengai. The yengai has been quartered but still intact because the stock is still there. Stuffed with that masala and then fried and then cooked in that gravy, that rich gravy. Madke kalu, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕಿ ನಂಗೆ. The moth beans, one of my favorites. And of course the bedrock of the meal, the roti itself. Thank you. Of course, when you go to Uttara Karnataka, they don't engage in these pleasures of the benne on the roti. We in Bengaluru are a spoilt lot. So therefore, some of the benne. So good. I'm going to get some of that chutney first with some of the yogurt. The gurelu, the shenga, mix it up nicely. Masru has a bit of tartness and the gurelu has that character of fiber. I can taste a bit of the garlic in that shenga pudi. The yogurt does very well to round off all the flavors. What I'm a big fan of here is the ranjaka. That chili chutney, which has the spice, the sourness that comes from tamarind, and the sweetness from the bella. I can feel the warmth of that red chili in that coat my mouth. Therefore, this time in the company of the roti and perhaps just a smear of the yogurt. To me, a meal like this is a riot of flavors, riot of colors, textures. There's everything that you want in a balanced meal. You want the carbs, the good carbs in the roti, the nourishment that comes from the greens. You've got the pulses that give you the protein. You've got the vegetables as well. It's really a sort of meal that ticks off all the boxes. And more importantly, a tasty one at that. With some of the hesru kalu, the moong beans. That's delicious. The moth bean too is a speciality when it comes to those meals. There the flavors are a little gentler, a little muted. You're tasting that mild crunch of the bean, bit of onion, bit of the oggarne that's gone into it. Whereas this is a lot more robust in its flavors. I like the manner in which it is so moist on my mouth. Let's make tracks for that zunka. For you to easily understand if you are not familiar with it, well, that's a spiced chickpea cake. Nange edu kodi nange hesru kaala. Thank you very much. Soppu try madilla ivarege. That's my cue to go to the soppu, I suppose. The flavor of the dill, that's the subsequent soppu in that, and the lentils. There are also some other greens there, I think. Dantu soppu, I'm not very sure, but just a little bit of that dill is enough to overwhelm that preparation with its fragrance. Now for that zunka, there's some yell on top, some sesame on top there. Is that tomato? Is that chili? I'm not sure. It's almost like a spiced steamed gram flour cake. I like the crunch that you find in the onions in that. I think there's also some shenga in that. And the shenga has been toasted before being cooked in that zunka. Thank you. Benne, okay. I won't say no to benne. Huh? So when you come here, you have two options. One is you can do the regular meal. I think the regular meal doesn't come with the mandakki. It doesn't have the mirchi. It doesn't have the holige. And I think the ice cream that comes at the end of it all. So if you want to indulge, I think it's a special meal because I think that holige is a great beginning and so also that Girmit Mandakki, especially if you've not tasted it before. This time I want to also introduce that roti zunka to a bit of the ranjaka. You know, that's the other thing with a meal like this. You'll never get bored. Let's say you're eating the roti and you're having the madki kalu and you had a couple of bites of it and let's say that feels a bit austere. You want to oomph up flavors? Well, you can introduce the roti to the ranjaka. Or perhaps you want things a little moister, a little more flavorful, a little more masaledar. Well, you can go to that hesru kalu or perhaps even that robust flavor that comes from that yangai. If you want things a little more green, a little more fresh, you have some of the cucumber that you can bite into. Also some fresh mente soppu. They say fiber is good for you. So there's always something on a meal like this that will keep you happily engaged. Being bored is not really an option here. So when you come, when you plan this, definitely don't do breakfast. That flavor of the dill. And now to that yangai. There are only two forms in which I like the eggplant. Actually, three forms. And they come from different geographies. So I like the bharta that you get in the north. I like the Baigan bhaja that you find in the east. And when it comes to savoring the eggplant down south, well, for me it's the yangai. Because out here that yangai has been cooked twice. It's been basted with that masala, stuffed within its quarters, fried and then cooked again in that curry. So it's got a bit of that slightly nutty sort of a flavor that comes from the fry and also the masala that goes into it. But because it's also poached in that curry, it is soft enough so that its skin doesn't come as a hindrance to your bite. And that gravy is where that yangai draws its assertive character from. A little sweetness that comes from the jaggery. There's a bit of the tamarind that I'm tasting in that. A bit of the sourness that comes from the hunse hannu. Delicious. You got to make sure that the eggplant is completely soaked, drowned actually, in that curry. So to be honest, with all that you taste, you don't really need the rice. But I guess out here, till such time that we actually don't taste rice, we feel that our meal is not complete. So that's why you also have some rice that is served here. And with the sambar, in this case, with my favorite vegetable, drumstick. The nugekai kernels. The sambar is nice and mellow. A lot of times people mistake Kamat as a brand that is South Canara. But actually speaking, the roots, that is Mr. Anant Rai Kamat, they come from Hubli. And Narayan and Akashrai's mother comes from South Canara. So out here, what's interesting to me, and in terms of how I see this Jolada Rotti Oota as opposed to others that I may have tasted, So you've got that punch that you find, that spice that you find in Uttara Karnataka, but it also has certain elements that seem to be influenced a bit by flavors of South Canada. And the sambar, to a certain extent, to me, is a tug in that direction. The flavor of the toasted cumin. This, I am told, is the jeera rasam. Certainly feels like a great digestive to close your meal out here at Kamat restaurant in Whitefield. No matter which part of the world you travel to, the hundreds of cuisines that you may eat, at the end of the day, trupti andre and uta like this. Allah. Well, this is not something that I've tasted before.
So this is the Kunda ice cream.
Huh.
So inspired by North Karnataka traditional sweet, we did a recipe with the Kunda, and this was manufactured by Hangyo for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we homogenized the Kunda into the ice cream mix, and we added Kunda into the ice cream as well.
So Kunda is basically the milk that is reduced.
Correct.
With sugar.
Yes, sir. And Belgaum Kunda is very popular. So we have used Belgavi Purohit Kunda to make this.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Something that I've never tasted before, Kunda ice cream. So the flavor here in the ice cream is Kunda?
Yes, sir.
And then inside the ice cream is also Kunda?
Yes.
So it's not like a vanilla which has Kunda in it?
No.
Ah, so the ice cream as it is being built itself is Kunda. Fantastic. I haven't tasted a Kunda in ages. Very good. I love the thickness of that ice cream. You're tasting the goodness of the reduced milk all over your palate, and then in between you have small particles that presents to you the Kunda as a whole. If you're someone who loves the Kunda and if you have memories of the Kunda, each one of those tiny particles will trigger that taste memory. This is very good, excellent. For those who don't know what a Kunda is, well, think of a really rich Malai kulfi and multiply that twice over. That's the flavor of Kunda. I love the particles, the little particles of Kunda that are now sticking to my teeth. Delicious. There's a fruit salad just under that ice cream, but to be honest, I don't feel like touching it. Because I want to leave Kamat restaurant Whitefield with the flavor of the Kunda ringing on my palate. This is brilliant. Fantastic. So this is available all over or only here?
Only at Kamat.
Only at Kamat restaurant?
Where we serve Jowar Bhakri.
So where?
At Lokruchi,
Huh.
Bugle Rock, Mysore Madhuvan, and this location, sir.
So good. All that I tasted was delicious enough, but if you need, like they say, the icing on the cake to visit this place, well, it's that Kunda ice cream. If people want only the Kunda ice cream, they can order the Kunda ice cream as well.
Yes.
So good. The fruit salad is also nice. It's like a old-fashioned fruit salad, but that Kunda is ace. Super. I think I've finished the last bits of Kunda ice cream on that fruit salad. So if you want to taste a North Karnataka culinary tradition that goes back 3 generations, that was first introduced to Bengaluru in the form of a Jolada Rotti Oota on a banana leaf in the early 90s, definitely find your way to Kamat Restaurant, Whitefield. For those in the area, well, it's just a hop, skip and a jump away. And if you reside a bit further away, well, there's a metro that will bring you right to its doors. On that note, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Gourmet on the Road. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, stay strong, and happy eating. I don't want to eat the fruit salad though. I think I'll wait for some Kunda. But I'll let you go. Bye. Thank you. Well, a special Jowar Bhakri meal is 376.19 paise per meal. And definitely the sort that's more than worth your money. If you'd like to support the work that we do at Food Lovers TV, do consider joining our membership community on YouTube by hitting the join button below or on the home page and receive special privileges like behind the scenes footage, shoot updates, access to live Q&As and a lot more. You could support us on a Patreon page as well. For more info, check out the links in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and leave a comment below. Happy eating!